If you weren't aware, this episode had some cool action. Let's talk about it. Now, what stuck out to me, and well, anyone with eyes, was the quality of the drawings. And this was in large part to the animation director Hironori Tanaka. Now, I've already gone into why Tanaka's amazing before, so I'll just say, Tanaka, good. But seriously, his drawing skills are phenomenal. His style is always leaned towards realism, and it's a perfect match for Sugiyama's designs. Like one example is with the hair. It's a very detailed feature, so a lot of animators will draw it in large clumps. A totally fine approach, by the way. However, Tanaka is very meticulous with it, breaking it up from those simple, solid shapes to something much thinner, defining multiple strands. Even the very placement is thought out. You can see in this one, Power's hair hangs down partially behind a collar, then comes around. It's very natural and gives somewhat more roughness to a drawing than a more simplified style would. Anyways, outside of that, the fact that he directed, storyboarded, did AD work, and produced some key animation for this episode, like the speed alone from this man shows that Tanaka is indeed superhuman. But with that short introduction on him aside, let's actually analyze the animation. Now, all the staff did an amazing job, so it makes it a little difficult to pick out what scene to talk about, but the part as the Bat Devil loses his cool and gets defeated is pretty popular, so yeah, let's do that. What stands out to me firstly is the sense of weight, but also looseness to the way the characters move. The subtle touch of force is really cool. This character has a lot of strength. You can see that illustrated through how the rock slightly crumbles, but he's also weighty, and the same goes for this object. So instead of a simple pickup, straight down, then out, maybe add a couple of cracks in the rock like an amateur would approach this scene. Tanaka has the rock slide across the ground, then is dragged for a bit before being lifted up. He's also added an offset in timing and spacing for the extra pieces of rock, creating a faster and smoother motion than the main one. Simply put, light equals fast, heavy equals slow, and with the two together you get a contrast of weight. Then the drawback, strong shapes for a start, leads with his shoulder. You can really feel he's pushing up and out. No long holds either, just a pretty quick release. Good overshoot with the arm as well, feels loose. Again, the whole motion is quite realistic. The Bat Devil is flinging this massive object, so he's using a lot of strength and building up momentum. Then when it releases, the strong motion still continues through, but now the arms are lighter and thus move faster. I guess one way to better understand it is like to try picking up a heavy rock and chucking it in the same way, then doing the same thing with like a pebble. Anyways, Denji slices that thing in two, and for some of the following cuts, I've already talked about these ones before, so no need to do it again. Simply put, the actions are strong and energetic. Although I will mention the knockback of Mr. Bat. Pretty impressive. Again, heavy character, so it's important to illustrate that. Now, the majority of weight for this character resides in his upper body, so when he falls back, there's a hold for about 16 frames. Drawings are also tightly spaced to illustrate that as well. Thereafter, when he comes up, you only get one full body shot, very quick, and then we're back to the same angle. Then the Bat Devil flies back and crashes against the wall. Tanaka's definitely always been one for looser animation. Just a quick browse of his work will quickly reveal that, and yeah, that aspect's definitely here. Tanaka animates a lot of his body in a limp fashion to show how big of a hit that was. The Bat's upper body comes down with his arms and head dragging behind, then the arms flop back and forth. Tanaka's paid a lot of attention to the anatomy, especially here. Rather than treating his upper arm as a single object, he's broken up the movement. You see the deltoid is a muscle that's fixed to 3 separate bones. It's firmly in place. Meanwhile, muscle groups like the bicep attach to both the upper and lower arm. And since his lower one is kinda absent, it's only partially attached and appropriately flings around a little more. The jaw sorta does the same, there's overlapping action with the ears as well. Very nice work. Tanaka's work is a real masterclass when it comes to animating loose action animation. Anyways, moving on, he shows off some of his camera work paired with background animation, and if his drawings couldn't get any more expressive and intense, well, they do. The sense of volume to this eye, and again, to pull off such detailed drawings and, well, detailed animation as well, while being so heavily involved in multiple positions, the speed of this man. Now, for the sake of not getting this video age restricted because of gore or something, we'll just move on from that. Now, outside Tanaka, the final aspect is the effects. One way to sell that power behind attacks is through debris and smoke. And yeah, there was definitely a lot of that. Hayato Kurosaki's was a particular highlight. This man just loves to have layer upon layers of smoke. As soon as you think it's over, he just chucks in more. He also times a lot of it on ones with tight spacing, so naturally gives a fast and smooth motion. Overall, the reason this episode's action animation looked so good was that it had a stack of experienced action animators, and with Tanaka's beautiful drawings all throughout as we've seen, along with a rather solid storyboard, and his own animation of course. Also special mention to Riki Matsuura's work, definitely full of detail and energy as well. But anyway, with that, thank you for watching, and please check out our sponsor, Fandom Eon. Stacks of epic merch, help support the channel, and of course, shout out to my patrons. But yeah, with that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.